hopped into an elevator, are headed down to the second floor of the Capitol because Senator Schumer's office just let us know that he is going to make himself available to us for about 5-10 minutes to talk about the decision he faces and why he is pursuing the shutdown.
So we are back to back on meetings, so just 5 minutes.
Yeah. 7 minutes.
I'm sorry, it's very busy.
Thank you for making time for us, Senator. So we are literally 40 minutes away from the vote.
Yes.
And that's where I want to start. Senator, you're a changed man when it comes to shutdowns, right? Back in March, you were the face of the party saying, we're not going to do a shutdown. It's not worth it. It's too dangerous. Now you're the face of the party saying it's time to do a shutdown based on the situation you're in. That's a huge change.
3 things have happened between then and now. Then we wanted to give them a chance to see if they could work with us. First, Trump has decimated healthcare between then and now. Second, we had time to prepare. We've been preparing for this, Democrats, House and Senate, united, for months. We have focused on healthcare and costs as our issue. But we have also gotten the American people to understand how bad this is if you look at the polling and other kinds of things. And the third thing that happened is they did impoundments, they did rescissions. And so what's the point of agreeing to a budget process if they then unilaterally can undo them? And I think I did the right decision back in March, and this is the right decision now, given those changes.
What you're describing, in a sense, if you're a certain kind of Democrat, seems kind of narrow. You're talking about process, rescissions, but let me finish this, because here's my question. Is what is really happening here, the Democrats, you leading them, are you unplugging a government that you all find to be abusing its power?
Look, there's no question this government is abusing its power. And I do believe that healthcare and costs are the number one thing bothering people. But I think if we're able to win the argument and get some changes there, it will thwart Trump in other areas as well, because
door into the rest.
Correct. Well put.
Okay, if you believe that, I do need to point you to this polling the Times did that says 2% of Americans treat healthcare as the number one problem they face right now. That means many other problems are first. You're putting a lot of eggs in that basket as your front door.
They make 2 points. One, that poll shows cost of living is number one. And when you break down the cost of living, healthcare is at the very top of the list. Okay? Starting tomorrow, millions and millions of American families are going to get notice that their increases are going up. The new estimate by Kaiser says it's going to go up $1,400 a month.
You guys are going to make it a very big issue for people.
Get that bill. They're going to say, what the hell happened? And we are going to be there constantly, relentlessly saying it's because the Republicans have decimated healthcare.
Let me ask you a provocative question, Senator. How much for you is this at all personal? Trump's video, this deep fake, when that comes across your desk, and I know you must have looked at it.
Yeah, but just last night.
Does that offend you, and does that tell you what?
It tells me that the Republicans are not taking this issue very seriously. It tells me that they're trying to intimidate us. This doesn't intimidate me. I mean, gee whiz. It made me think even less of Trump. It's like a 5-year-old.
My last question is, in the past, these have always been about cutting government spending. You may oversee one of the first and only shutdowns to be about increasing government spending.
It's undoing some of the bad things the Republicans have done. But I think that the bottom line is, but that makes it better for us because we're doing something to actually help people. And the people are going to rally behind us.
You sure about that?
You never can be sure, but it's as good a shot as we're going to get.
Senator?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. That beeping at the end means that the voting is about to start. So at around 8 p.m., both the Democratic and the Republican spending bills that would have kept the government funded.
The clerk will call the roll.
Both went down in flames.
The 60 vote threshold having not been achieved.
And so now a government shutdown is no longer theoretical. It is an absolute certainty. And there's one last person we want to talk to today, and that is Carl Hulse. He is the Times' most senior congressional correspondent. Carl, when I sat down to write how long you've been covering Congress. I wrote 30 years.
40 years.
So how are you thinking about what just happened here tonight?
I think the Democrats are a different party. And part of the reason is just practical. They have lost the people who were in the states, the red and purple states, Montana, Indiana, Florida, Missouri, North Dakota.
The kind of purplish red flank of the Democratic Party.
Right. They would have been freaking out. They'd be yelling at Chuck Schumer, we can't do this, you're going to kill us, we can't run for re-election. Well, now these people are sitting here, but they are a different ideological stripe.
And how much did Trump change that?
Yeah, no, I had one tonight, the Democrats say Trump is lawless. Why should I
Abide by any version of
anything that he wants to do?
Why not us? Why don't we basically start breaking the rules too?
Well, I don't know if they're not breaking the rules, but they're kind of breaking their past practice.
Fair.
They've always been super cautious, Democrats, about shutting down the government. Always. The Republicans were willing to do that because they thought it played with their base. Now the Democrats are looking at their base. Their base is saying, hey, you need to stand up, right? And this is what they're going to have to contend with.
Well, let's talk about that still. I mean, we spoke with Senator Schumer, and clearly he has a plan. The Democrats have a plan to pin this shutdown on the president and the Republicans. But it feels hard to compete with President Trump's megaphone and his ability to dominate the message around any moment.
Yeah, I think it's tough for the Democrats, especially at the start. I do. They're the ones who did not provide the votes. And Trump not only has a big megaphone, but he uses it like almost hourly. Right. So he's got a good opportunity to beat on the Democrats. I do think it's kind of interesting in a way to hear the Republicans and Trump talk about how essential the government is now, right? they're really building up the role of the government. Maybe they may come to regret some of those statements, but they think they've got the Democrats right where they want them. You guys just voted to shut down the government. We're going to lay off a bunch of people and it's all going to be your fault. But you never know how this is going to play out. You really don't.
I want to just have you meditate for a minute on where the Democrats are in this journey that you start talking about at the beginning. And maybe we're at the beginning of a meaningful and lasting change for the Democratic Party, where countering Trump means it's willing to do things it would have never done in the past.
I think that's
Does
right.
this foretell this
Yeah,
moment
I think
that
that's right.
change?
I do. I think that, they've been radicalized in some ways by Trump's actions, and they think that they have to do things that are extraordinary to stop him. They can't be doing business as usual, and their voters aren't going to stand for that. And I do think that this is a gamble because it could totally blow up in their face, but it could also reaffirm, if this works out for them, that they can take bold steps to fight Trump and that their constituents will support them and that it won't cost them politically and it could actually advantage them. And, they're making a big statement here. We'll see how long they stick with it, though. They've caved quickly in the past.
Carl, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming here to the...
Well, it's sunset now. As you can see, I just got through running a late errand. I hate running errands this late when everybody's off work and the streets are crowded and it's crazy here in Houston this time of day on the streets. This big city. I'm in the burbs of Houston. I'm not in Houston, but it's still the Houston area. Still the same thing to me. Had to run an errand. As usual, I love to listen to talk radio when I'm moving about. And this time, it's about the government shutdown again. We've been through many of them. And the Democrats, first of all, I'm going to say I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican or I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. And the Democrats shut the government down, basically. Democrats didn't vote and shut it down. And this to me, this is really not about health care. It's only because the Democrats hate Trump. They hate Trump. Simple as that. And them shutting the government down is not going to get rid of Trump. It's not gonna hurt Trump. Who it's gonna hurt is all these government workers out here is who the Democrats are hurting. Because they ain't getting paid, y'all. They are not getting paid on this shutdown. It's not going to hurt the White House. It's not going to hurt Trump. To me, the government shutdown is useless. It's a waste of time. It's useless. It's causing people, mostly the middle class, to suffer even more. So that's my opinion on it. Again, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm independent. And I speak the truth. What's really going on out here. One party hates the other party. The Democrats hate Trump. And they'll try to do anything, I guess, to hurt him or destroy him, which is not, it's not going to happen. He's not leaving the White House. It is what it is. This government shutdown is just it's just a waste of time. And it's hurting a whole lot of people who are not going to get paid. Now, and that's sad. That's really actually, to me, that's disgusting. It's sad, but it is what it is. I'm going to get inside now and drink some more water. If you're out here, hydrate yourself. It's still hot here in southern Texas and the agricultural zone 9A, 9B. It's hot. It's 90 degrees again today. We're still hot, and it's fall time, but that's how it is in southern Texas. It's hot. So, wait for it to cool down a little bit. But until next time, y'all, stay abreast on what's going on as far as with the country, economy, and all that. Just like growing food, you gotta stay abreast what's going on with the economy and how it's gonna affect you, what's going on out here. Till next time.